Alright ladies and gents, and welcome to the summary video of my first ever water fast. It's 5 days, and I did this with having type 1 diabetes, but I'm going to keep all the diabetes stuff for the end. I'll make it all generally applicable first, and then once it starts hitting the diabetes stuff, obviously those without diabetes can switch off if you'd like, or you could join if you'd like, if you're interested. So I've got all the stuff written down on the computer, so hopefully I don't forget anything. I'm going to be talking about the benefits of fasting, the side effects, what I do differently, and whether I'd fast again. Those 4 things. So I'm going to start off with the benefits. Number 1 is that I've now developed a bit more of a better relationship with food, which is kind of a fancy way of saying that I kind of focus on it, I concentrate on it a bit more, and enjoy the flavours rather than multitasking, which is what I used to do before, where I'd watch videos and stuff whilst eating and not really pay that much attention to it. So that's quite a nice side effect, not side effect, benefit, should I say, side benefit that I didn't really expect, but yeah, it's a good one. Second is better blood sugar control, which applies to everyone, not just people with diabetes, so that's why I've included that now. Which has led me personally to have better eyesight, potentially because of the blood sugar, although I don't know whether people without diabetes would have benefits in terms of eyesight because of fasting. I'm not sure how powerful autophagy is. It seems to be quite promising, but who knows, eh? Who knows? More mental clarity and light, just a general kind of lightness I felt. So especially throughout the first 3.5 days, I felt a lot better. The 4th and the 5th day, I started to go downhill, with the 5th day being extremely downhill towards the end of that day. Another benefit is that it saves money. That's 5 days of not eating. God knows how much I've saved there. Roughly probably spend about a tenner a day, so about 50 quid. So that's pretty good. Can't grumble at that. More free time, another benefit. So obviously I don't have to go shopping, prep, cook, and eat. So almost had too much free time on my hands, if anything. So it's a good job I was vlogging, really, because I wouldn't know what to do with myself otherwise. I probably also helped with the temptations, the fact that I kept myself busy. So yeah, it was good. And the last benefit was that I had the same, if not more, energy, especially during the first 3 days. So that was unexpected and a pleasant surprise. So onto the side effects now, and the caveat I'd like to say, or the disclaimer should I say, is that a lot of these side effects are probably due to me not planning the fast out perfectly, so I'll get to that though. So the first one was dizziness and lightheadedness, especially when standing up quickly, which started after on day 3, I think. Day 3, 4 and 5. Tingling in fingers, both hands, and I also got some tingling in my face, and that was day 4, although that disappeared on day 5, so don't know what really was going on there. Cramp-like feeling in my legs, so they didn't actually cramp up, it just felt like they were about to. It's kind of like a pre-cramp, a pseudo-cramp. I had cold hands and feet from day 3 onwards. I don't know whether that was a circulation thing, whether all the blood's going to like your core body or whatever. I'm not too sure. More often feeling cold generally, once again from day 3 onwards. Pre-cold type feeling, so kind of the feeling you get when you feel like you're just about to develop a cold. That's the kind of feeling I got. And once again, that was from day 4 onwards, that one. Actually, no, that one was day 5. That was day 5, not day 4, so. Aches in my arms and legs, that was from what I remember, the end of day 4. It was definitely day 5, potentially the end of day 4. I'm not too sure about the end of day 4 now. But yeah, definitely day 5, I got aches in my arms and legs. Slight feeling of sickness, that was just basically the kind of hungry, the sick feeling you get when you've not eaten for a while. And that passed within no time, so that was nothing really. But I thought worth a mention. Nothing but worth a mention, what am I on about? And then the last side effect was being sick and feeling like death, which was right at the end of the fast, and probably my own fault and something I would like to avoid in future. So yeah, that's all the side effects. So what would I do differently? number one, I wouldn't eat so much the day before. The day before I ate nearly 5,000 calories. So purely because I was just eating through everything in the house that was going to go off by the end of the fast. So I'm going to make sure there's not quite as much in the house the day before a fast. A bit more planning involved there, I think. Number two is that I need to have some more salt and potassium, and this should fix the lightheadedness and the cramps, hopefully. I think that's probably the main reason as to why I got those. So I'm going to try one teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of no salt, which is potassium chloride, in a litre of water, and then I'll drink that throughout the day. That's my plan for next time, along with any sort of extra water that I need. Number three, when breaking the fast, I'm going to stick with liquid foods, things like smoothies and soups. I'm going to try and eat after midday, and I'm going to try and have 2 large meals as opposed to lots of smaller ones. This time I kind of ate in the morning, which normally combines with my dawn phenomenon and shoots my sugars. And I also ate very regularly, which kind of made controlling my blood sugars a lot more difficult, especially as the fact that my Libra sensor had come out. So yeah, so basically 2 large meals after midday, preferably between 12 midday and sort of 8 in the evening, and try and make them as low carb as possible. And would I do a fast again? Absolutely, yes. I really enjoyed this one, apart from the end when I felt like death. But that aside, I felt really good, and I think that the reason I did feel so bad at the end was a combination of not enough electrolytes or an imbalance in electrolytes, my blood sugar being a little bit too high because I reduced my basal insulin, and too much ketones. Those 3 things. So yeah, that's it. And moving on to that was kind of a bit of diabetes stuff there, but moving on more to the diabetes specific stuff. Need to scroll down. I would try and avoid knocking my Libra sensor off. On the 3rd day I managed to do that whilst drying myself in the shower, so that's an important one not to do. That would have made things a lot easier if I had that throughout the fast. Excuse me. Number 2 is to try and avoid the low blood sugar, which is something I should try and do anyway, but just because I don't want to have to eat sugar, I had to eat sugar on the first 3, maybe even 4 days, only a little bit, and I don't think it would have taken too many benefits of the fasting away, but still it'd be nice to actually not eat on a fast, which is the whole idea really. Number 3 is to reduce basal insulin on the first day. So I take my basal at 10 p.m. So by the first day I mean not before the fast, reduce it, because the first day of the fast I've still got the food in my system from the day before, so I mean it potentially might need reducing slightly but not by much at all, but on the actual day of the fast, reducing for the next day essentially. So I normally take 10 units, and throughout this fast I didn't reduce it nearly enough. So next time I'm going to try 7 units, down to 7 units on the first day for the second day, 4 units on the second day for the third day, 2 units for the third day for the fourth day, and 1.5 units from then on. I'm going to obviously play it by ear, but those are sort of numbers based on the numbers that I've previously used. I've dropped them a little bit. Number 4, I think, yeah. Don't reduce the basal insulin entirely. That's what I'm not going to do, because that I believe is the reason that I felt like I was going to keel over, and I was banging on death's door begging him to let me in. Yeah, but definitely don't do that. So that's a really important takeaway from this one, which I'll reference before my next fast. And number 5 is, excuse me, I'm not going to bolus for my dawn phenomenon after the first day, but the first day of the fast will need one as normal, because again I'll be countering the food from the night before. So this fast I bolus for the first day and I bolus for the second day. I normally have to bolus 2 units of no rapid as soon as I wake up, and about 1.5 units sort of a few hours later without eating. That's my normal routine. And this time, I think the first day of the fast, I could probably do with doing the same, maybe a slight reduction, but no, probably the same. But the day after, I bolused, I think it was only 1 unit of insulin, Novorapid, and that was enough to knock me down, and I had to eat some sugar. So, and that is everything. So that's my quick, brief summary. And yeah, I do recommend the fast. Obviously, plan it and seek medical advice. I don't want anyone to go make themselves ill, but like I did. But it could have been a lot worse. So. Yeah, but I'm going to definitely do some more. I'm going to try and do some 2-day fasts. I may do some more extended fasts, especially if I gain weight, then I'll definitely do some longer fasts. But definitely 2-day fasts, maybe a couple of 3-day fasts, and I may try and beat the 5-day fast at some point. But I'm not going to treat it as a competition. I'm just going to do it and listen to my body. If my body screams, "Stop the bloody fast! I'm dying here," then I'll stop the fast. So yeah, but 2-day fasts every now and then I think should be alright, because to be honest, I didn't find any problems at all up until the 4th day, and then I started feeling a little bit tired, and then the real problems started kicking in the 5th day, sort of the afternoon onwards. But yeah, with that, I'd like to thank you all for sort of joining me, and I shall see you next time.